Kayla Knows Nothing. Our weekly series where we watch episode of Game of Thrones. Kayla's a pretty newbie, and discuss it. Get your reactions, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your experience of the episode, of what it means.
Well, the first thing I said to you was there was a lot of naked in this episode.
Let's lead with that. There was a lot of naked in this episode. There was. I mean, I was rewatching it too to prepare for this, and I was like, yeah, this is more nudity than I remember. I mean, most of it was in Littlefinger's brothel.
Right,
where there's that weird scene where there was a guy with a prostitute being watched by another guy with a prostitute being watched by Littlefinger.
Yes. A little disturbing.
So, what do you make of that? Or
I don't think I like Littlefinger.
No, I mean, this episode especially, I think he gave that horrible talk to Roz, the prostitute.
And I like her.
Right, yeah, she seems to be a decent enough
What was he
person.
trying to get across to her? Basically that she was upset because they killed the baby.
The baby right in there. So, I mean, that would upset me. I don't blame her for being upset about it. I think what he's trying to get across to her is that, okay, you're crying. I get why you're crying, but if you cry, I lose money because people don't want to go to a prostitute who is crying.
He basically said, yeah, take the night off, mourn the baby's death, and then get back at it tomorrow.
Yeah, so he is not a man who, I don't know, approves of dilly-dallying and not working. He's not very empathetic.
No. He wants that money.
He does, which is very callous of him. Roz is interesting because she's not really involved in a ton of this, right? She's not like a High Lord. She's not planning, plotting, on the run from Lannisters. What role does she play in the show?
I don't know yet. Because who did she was with,
She was with Theon way back when.
Okay, yes.
In fact, she lived in the north and she...
And did they like each other? Because then she left for...
I mean, they liked each other, but they didn't. She was a prostitute and he was a person who frequented prostitutes. I remember that scene where she left. And he didn't want her to go, but she needs to make a living. And all the men in the north are leaving.
But I feel like she's a smart girl. I feel like she can...
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
I hope she finds herself.
I always kind of liked the idea, because she's not in the books, by the way. She's completely invented for the show.
Okay.
I kind of like the idea that she is... Because the show is usually concerned with people who are of a higher rank and have more money and are part of these big families, and she doesn't. She's just like an ordinary person trying to make it. And I like that they have that perspective in there.
I feel like she's going to have a rags to riches story.
That would be fun. I mean, she already sort of is. And she's not just a prostitute. She's like the one who kind of manages it.
She's like the head prostitute.
And obviously, her job is not ideal. I mean, working for a guy named Littlefinger or working in sex work can be very difficult, but she's trying her best.
Tickled Mark over there working the chat.
I did.
You want,
sex worker.
Lynn wants to know, who do you think will sit on the Iron Throne at the end?
At the end of it, that's a good question, Lynn. Who sits at the Iron Throne? Who do you want to sit in the Iron Throne, Kayla?
What's the Iron Throne?
The throne that in the throne room in King's Landing, where Joffrey's sitting now. Robert Baratheon.
Every time I see a picture, I feel like it's Cersei sitting there.
But who do you want at the very end? Because the show's not over. Cersei might not sit there forever.
Arya.
Arya. Nice choice.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
Can he sit on the throne?
I mean, this is a hypothetical question. Anybody can sit on the throne.
Daenerys.
Daenerys would be a fine choice. Basically, whoever sits on the Iron Throne rules the Seven Kingdoms. Like, they're the boss. Right now it's Joffrey. We don't like that. It used to be Robert Baratheon. Didn't really like that. Who should rule it?
Jon Snow.
Okay, Caleb's going with Jon Snow. I wouldn't mind that either. Anyway, moving on. Other stuff on the King's Landing was mostly, it was Tyrion's show this week. A lot of interesting scenes.
Yeah, we didn't see Joffrey or
not at all. No
Sansa
Joffrey
at all.
Oh, you're right, but I didn't see Sansa either. Didn't notice that. I noticed Joffrey wasn't there, though. But we saw a lot of Tyrion.
We did.
A bunch of Cersei. Anything stand out to you about his scenes?
He seemed a little more mature in this episode.
How so?
Normally he's just kind of like getting out of one pickle and getting himself in the next. And this time he kind of was trying to like regroup, take charge, lay down the law a little bit, show his status.
I can see that. Like, he fired the head of the Night's Watch, sent him to the wall, replaced him with his good buddy Bronn.
He had a stern talk with Baldy.
Varys.
Right? And they were kind of threatening each other back and forth. I'm not really sure how that's going to pan out. But
I was going to ask about that scene. So it's your impression of Varys that he's someone to trust, someone to not trust?
I can't tell. He kind of seems like he's chummy with everybody.
Right.
But I don't think that can always work out.
Remember, he was decent to Ned when he was in jail. Brought him water, kind of spoke truth to him, but didn't seem like a terrible person.
Yeah, what did he say? He's for the council, or what was his term?
That I think Ned asked him, like, who do you serve? And he's like, I serve the realm.
The realm. Oh, yes, the realm. So he kind of just stays even.
He's like a big picture kind of guy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I agree with you. He could be dangerous. He could be a friend. It's hard to tell with that guy.
Yeah, so I'm not sure on him yet. Right now I trust him, but I also trusted a lot of people.
I think there's also a scene where he talked with Cersei, an emotional scene, where they had a rap session about their mom.
Yeah, she kind of blamed him for their mom's death because she died giving birth to him, and that was an interesting scene.
How so? Make you feel anything? Think anything?
Well, he just kind of pointed out, well, she was my mom too.
Right.
You didn't lose your mom, we lost our mom.
Do you think that's fair?
For her to blame him?
Either one. Like, can you see her perspective?
Well, I just don't like her in general, so.
No, I don't blame you. Just I wonder if you might be able, or anybody might be able to come to understand her a little more as it goes on. But if
maybe
not,
yeah, because this is the first time we've really seen her get
like,
emotional.
yeah, even a little bit emotional about anything. But
And,
she did miss
and
her
you
mom.
can tell that she pins it on Tyrion. So
That explain their poor relationship.
Yes.
Good question.
Daniel Silva really loves the show, loves you both. Do you think the
thanks,
Iron
Daniel.
Throne will even exist after everything is done?
And so, will the Iron Throne even exist? I kind of hope not. It's caused so many problems. I think it'd be fun for the show to end with like them pitching it in the lake or something, or the ocean. But that will remain to be determined. We're not sure what'll happen to it at the end yet.
Oh,
That'd be nice.
one more thought on that. Their little meeting.
Yeah.
Tyrion kind of came out and said basically that he knew about her and Jaime, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
And then she shot back with, yeah, well, you killed my mom, so.
take that.
Other question?
Julie Davies, Kayla, what do you
Hey,
think of Caitlyn?
Catelyn?
Catelyn, sure.
We haven't seen much of her in the last couple episodes, right?
She was in the last one. She wasn't in this one at all.
I like her. Noble woman, now widowed. Tear.
Stern stay.
I think she's a good mom. I think she's loyal. I like her so far. She hasn't really
No,
done a whole lot to not like her.
terrible.
Right.
Moving on the episode, let's stop by Essos really fast. Check in with Daenerys really, really quick. Things are still kind of sucky with her.
Not a lot's going on there.
Like, how could she
They need water.
improve this? Is there any way?
Find a lake? I don't know. It looks like they're all dying in the desert.
It does. It looks bad. Like her lips are all chapped. Kind of like a weird makeup special effect.
Why aren't they trying to find
Because
a
last
lake?
week she sent out 3 people in like 3 different directions and said,
Oh, and
go
that's when-
find us stuff. We'll wait here. And because they only have like so many horses left.
I
So
see.
they're
And
like-
then one horse did come back
Yes.
with a head,
The head of the guy who wrote it. So
and that was it.
that's a.
So they don't wanna go
a
that
bust
direction.
On that direction, no. Stay away from there.
Yeah, that was gross. That was ugh.
I mean, I
Sad.
think we can assume that she's going to get back on her feet at some point or another. If
Well,
she's,
she's still in season 7, so
so she
I don't
can't
see
be
her
sitting
dead.
there. For
We didn't
6
see the
seasons.
dragons.
We didn't. I mean, they're there.
Can they live without water?
I don't know. I mean, people can live without. I mean, I assume they get like a little water, they'd all be dead. But
Yeah.
they're clearly alive for a little while. I told you last week, and this is true. The dragons are there, but they only have so much money, so they really conserve when they show them.
Right. Okay.
So we got to look at them last week. Won't see them again for a little while. They'll just
So-
say things like, "Yeah, my dragons are over there. Can you see them? No, they're resting."
But yeah, I hope they are able to move quickly and stay afloat.
All right, how about let's move on to Dragonstone next. Talk to some of our new characters that we met last week. And basically, my question for you today is just because they're still pretty new. What's your impression of these people? Are you getting any impression of who they are and what their deal is? We got Davos Seaworth, the kind of the guy who was recruiting the pirate on the beach.
Is he the bearded guy
He's
with
the
the
bearded
sun?
middle-aged guy, yeah, with a son.
Question: was he the captain in Titanic?
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
They look alike if they're not the same person.
The one who went down with the ship?
Yeah.
I really doubt
Captain
it. I don't
John
think
Smith.
so. I remember him. Did he have like a big white beard?
Yeah, but that was probably for the movie.
It's possible.
He shaved it
doubt
down. They do look similar. I don't think
I'll
they're
look it
the
up.
same
His name is
person.
Liam
but-
Cunningham, but we can look that up a little later. What's
Okay.
your impression of him? Like, is he good guy, bad guy, decent guy, smart guy?
I like him. I don't know. I don't think he's bad yet.
No, he seems. I mean, he's recruiting a pirate to fight Joffrey.
Sometimes you have to do that.
But we don't like Joffrey,
Exactly.
so maybe it's worth it recruiting a
And
pirate.
the pirate had some choice things to say about the queen.
Yes, he would like to have relations with the queen. Do you think there's any chance of that happening?
No. She would never let that happen.
I can't see Cersei letting that. No, I can't see it either. So we'll see how that goes. And also, we got a little more look at Stannis, King Stannis, Robert's younger brother, and Melisandre, the Red Fire Priestess.
Fire Priestess, indeed. Yeah, so she's basically kind of seducing him and saying she can give him a son. Your wife's away, she's ill, she can't bear you a child, let alone a son. And they go at it right there on the drawing board.
At the table. More nudity.
I guess it's too early to really know what's going to happen with that.
You're right. The impression of her, I mean, I remember when I first watched these scenes, it was just, she carries herself so creepily and airily.
She does. And she just assumes everyone's going to, like, go with what she says.
Yeah, like kind of way above it all, holier than thou kind of attitude. And Davos doesn't like her.
I think it's the hair.
It's like the red on red on red on red of the hair on the dress and the lips and the eyes. It's just too much red. The girl loves red. That goes. Another big thing, we spent a lot more time with Theon than usual this episode. This is like kind of his first big breakout episode.
We did. It was the first time we saw a boat, right? This is the first time we've seen a ship
probably,
or
that we
boat.
actually been on a ship, maybe.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah, I'll say.
So I had another like freak out moment when he gets to where he's going. Where is he going?
He is
I need that map again.
We'll get that back sometime. He's going to the Iron Islands. That's where he grew up. But we talked about this, that his dad, who we met, rebelled against the crown. So the Starks went to war with his dad. And then after the Starks won, they took Theon as a hostage, basically, and raised him at like the age of 8 at Winterfell.
Okay.
So he lived like the first 8 years of his life on this island with his sister and dad. And the last, 10 or so years of his life with the Starks at Winterfell. So he's kind of like got feet in both areas.
And according to his dad, he's been brainwashed by them.
Yeah, his dad does not like that he's, according to him anyway, kind of gone over to that side. Do you agree with him? I mean, he is coming here because Rob asked him to. Right.
But again, yeah, if you're living with a family for 10 years, then you're probably going to take on a lot of their traits.
Here's a question. Do you think it's a bad thing that he may have been
not at all
indoctrinated by the Starks?
The Starks are good people.
They are good people. I think I agree with you. And these people, what we saw,
I think it'd be admirable
weren't
to take on
terribly
their
good.
traits. No, they were not nice.
They are the Greyjoys.
Very dark and sad people.
I felt bad for Theon when he was being literally dressed down by his father. Like he took the cloak off. It's like, you didn't earn that.
Well, can we back up for a second?
Yes,
when he first got to port and this woman's standing there and she's like, I'll give you a ride on my horse. Mm-hmm. And he starts groping her on the way there, gets to the castle, has this talk with his dad, and then finds out it's actually his sister. So more incest.
More incest. It didn't get all the way there.
No, not quite, but enough to be gross.
It was definitely gross. You did not suspect it was a sister, obviously.
No, I did not see that.
Why would you?
I did not see that.
Okay, I'll say this. As far as I can tell, that's the last bit of incest I think for the whole show.
Thank God.
Like we're good. Jaime and Cersei are in it for the rest of it. But yeah, it does seem to like it. Just has a fondness for it. I don't know why.
Did he know he had a sister? Or
yeah,
it had just been a few years and she looked a lot different?
For like 10 years. She's grown up from like an 8-year-old to a 20-year-old, but
okay.
when she's been gone. So he doesn't recognize her. And again, there's no Facebook in this world, so you can here's what I look like now. It's just, if you're not there, you're not going to see what they look like.
I guess.
But yeah, unpleasant. How about her? Your impression of her?
She seems mean. She's ready to go fight.
She seems martially inclined, militarily inclined.
I don't understand why she didn't try to stop him.
Well, didn't she say wanted to figure out what kind of man you were, and I did? I guess maybe she wanted to see how far he would go.
Oh, you're right.
I don't think she liked it. I think she was trying to get the measure of who this guy is.
She's just playing the game.
Yeah, and then he humiliated him later when she came out.
Yes.
We have a question?
Is Melisandre important in season 7?
Is Melisandre important in season 7?
Is she alive in season 7?
No, she's alive in season 7.
Okay.
I'll say this. We haven't really gotten a lot of reports about Melisandre. We've got a lot of spoiler reports. She has not been turning up a lot. So she could be important. She could not be. I like her. I think she's really interesting. So I hope she turns up. But we're not sure yet. We'll just keep waiting for word on Melisandre, the crazy red king seducing fire priestess. And your thoughts on Theon? Because I'll tell you, his story will come pretty big this season.
I can't tell what I think of him yet.
I get that, because he's sort of a jerk.
Right, he's kind of annoying.
He was a jerk to that woman on the boat.
Yeah.
And he's like just taking advantage of her.
Right.
And, he's a jerk. He was a jerk to his sister when he assumed he was just some lady who just wanted to seduce and think he could take it.
Yes, he's a womanizer.
A womanizer, yeah. But then his
I won't
dad
break out
dressed him
into
down
Britney
and
Spears song.
humiliated him. So, I don't know. I think there's things on both sides with him.
Yeah, he comes off very arrogant. And then, his dad completely brought him down to another level.
So we'll see where that goes, because he'll play a big part. Pushing over to Yara real quick. Not Yara, Arya real quick.
Arya, yes. Still disguised as a boy.
But not to everybody.
Now she has a friend.
You thought it was a friend? Yeah, she has a friend. Gendry,
yes. Who was trying to come get him? The Kings.
The Kingsguard, the Gold Cloaks, the same people who killed the babies. Because remember, he's a bastard, and so they want him dead.
Right.
A royal bastard.
They send them away, they're safe still, but now he knows who Arya is. And they kind of have like a friendship now. And that makes me happy that she's not totally alone.
I like that too. I mean, other than the guy in charge, no one knew that she was a girl, and now someone else does. And he seems like a decent guy, right?
He was like, I shouldn't have been peeing in front of you, I should call you a lady.
She got mad, pushed him over.
Yeah, she's such a little tomboy.
So you like them?
I do.
Good.
Are they going to be friends?
They'll be friends, yes. Let's spoil that for you.
Okay.
But also remember, they're being tracked. The guys are going to come back. They're not done. The Gold Cloaks.
Does someone die?
I can't tell you all that, but
I'm going to assume yes.
they're going to come back because I think they even said they're going to come back.
Okay.
Like, we'll be back because they want him.
Shoot, she can't lose her friend.
She can't lose her friend. Let's hope they stay together. And finally, drop by Craster's Keep north of the Wall, another creepy area. I guess there is more incest. I'm sorry. Craster is marrying his daughters and producing children.
Oh.
That's it, though.
Dan?
We met one new character named Gilly, one of his daughters, who struck up a conversation with Sam.
Mm-hmm. God love Sam. What a doll. He's just the sweetest.
He was very nice. I mean, do you think it's kind of dumb of him, though, to try and help this girl?
Because he can't help it. He has a kind heart.
I agree, he has a kind heart. But at the same time, I mean, he knows they're in a military organization. He knows they're going north of the wall. He knows this guy's threatening to cut off their hands if they even touch his daughters. And here he is, like, talking to one, like, saying, we should take her with us. She's really nice.
She's pregnant. We need to save her.
Exactly. And John says no. Should he have said no?
I think he's trying to protect them. Sam just thinks differently.
Fair enough. I hope there's not do you think there might, like, they come to blows over it or something, like John and Sam? Can you see that happening?
Well, I'm confused what happened at the very end of the episode. Was that her baby?
I don't think it's her baby, because there were a lot of them there, and she didn't look like she was that pregnant.
Right, okay. I just didn't know if she had already had the kid. So yeah, last scene, Jon Snow sees something in the woods, goes after it, then hears a baby crying. A man runs by, he hides, he goes and finds the baby.
The man was Craster, the guy who runs the place. He was taking the baby out and laying him down in the snow.
Got it. Just by itself?
Just by itself. Remember they talked about it last week. All the girls grow up and he marries them, but there are no boys there. And they do have sons, so the question was, what happens to the sons? And this time we saw him carrying out his new baby boy into the snow, laying it down.
Someone picked it up.
Someone picked it up.
And ran off.
Who was it?
I don't know. Who was it? When do we find out next episode, or do I have to wait?
I mean, I think the clues are there for you to find out right now. If you look...
White Walkers?
It's White Walkers, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
But we haven't seen them yet, right?
I mean, we saw it in the first episode.
So all the White Walkers are men?
Possibly. It's a mystery.
And then Jon got knocked out cold.
By Craster.
Yes.
So we'll find out more about that next week, but it's definitely an ominous thing happening north of the wall. Weird things happen there.
Well, I am intrigued.
Oh, good. Any other closing thoughts?
I feel like I had something and then I completely lost it, but...
Like, what stories stood out to you? Because there were a bunch.
There were a lot. The one with Tyrion.
I agree with you. I think he's having fun this year.
He is. Arya and her new friend. And what else?
I think it's enough.
The Titanic captain.
The Titanic captain. I'll look that up. Now, I really doubt it, but I'm
Does anyone
curious.
agree with me? They look alike.
Have any other questions or comments from the You love people out there?
People are saying it's karma.
It's karma.
What's karma?
I'm not exactly sure,
Okay.
but I think you can tie it all together.
Intriguing. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back next week with more spoilers, more photos, hopefully more chit-chat. And again, the Game of Thrones Season 6 box set is out now. Very pretty. By the way, before we sign off, I want to say that Fansided is having this Fandom 250 event.
Yes.
Where all through November, we're unveiling the top 250 fan bases in the world, and we're going to release the whole thing on December 6th, the whole list in order. Game of Thrones is, of course, on there, because the fans of Game of Thrones are wonderful and passionate and amazing. You all would know. You're one of them. And stay tuned to Fansided to see where we rank.
And I had one more question. I remembered what it was. When I was asked who my favorite character was, who is yours? Have I ever asked you that? Who's your favorite character on the show?
Probably Tyrion.
Okay.
I mean, come on, he's just fun. He's witty, but he's also can do some pathos. He has conflict. Hodor's great.
Okay, well, that's all I wanted to know.
I guess that Bran, we didn't see Bran this week.
We didn't see Bran, no.
But there's always next week. And there's next week. We'll see you then. Wednesdays, 4 o'clock.
See you next time.